Okay, good afternoon everybody. I hope that your journey was pleasant coming down. This truly is a splendid location for the Phoenix newspaper to have their first awards presentation press conference. And we hope that you're going to find this really useful, edifying, and take back and tell your friends about what's going to happen. Don't need to tell you the date, on the 5th of December. Everybody say the 5th of December. Without any further ado, to our distinguished guest, honoured guest, we just want to make reference to His Royal Highness Ohi Nana. I'm trying to get this right, sorry, yes, sir. His Royal Highness Ohi Nana Agame Nahiki Dida Nashunta Ashanti of Ghana. Welcome, sir. Maybe I'll just say Your Royal Highness. I've got some links in Ghana, so my daughter's godfather is Edward Asai, so I've got some links in Ghana. And obviously our distinguished guest, Bahar Singh, chairman of the Guru Nanak Seva Janata.
We're still expecting him.
Okay, he's on his way. And also Standare Tanik, OBE Deputy Lieutenant to the Queen.
Satinder.
Okay.
Do you mind standing up, Satinder?
I think it's both of you are responsible.
And of course, also, I think his name is on the...
I've got another lieutenant, deputy to the Queen as well.
Yeah.
So welcome again. So those husband and wife are doing the same job.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And what we are told by Buckingham Palace,
yes,
that we are the only couple in the country where husband and wife both are deputy law lieutenants.
Yes.
She is OBE, I am MBE, so not bad.
And also our guest speaker, Dr. Erica Murray, business trailblazer, entrepreneur. She flew all the way from America today. Welcome. And also Gary Peel, Burnham City Council, know very well. Welcome, Gary. I think Gary's passport, when I last looked at it, it had Jamaica stamped in it.
Yeah. Yes.
And also we just want to welcome Dr. Saji Dungle, Managing Director of the Crown's Way Insurance Brokers Limited.
Yeah.
And Hector Shakes, who's the Reach One, Teach One. Also, welcome.
Yeah.
Well, how can we not but thank and congratulate Marcia McGugan, founder and CEO of the Phoenix newspaper. And a good friend of Marcia's is next to me is Camille Addy-John, and she's advising me, making sure I say all the right things. And to all of you that have come today in your support, this is what it is. When you support somebody, you come along, and this is how you support them. And we just embrace what the Phoenix is doing, 5 years anniversary of the Phoenix newspaper, and we just congratulate them, all the staff that are doing a tremendous job behind the scenes. And of course you've all got a copy of the paper. You can see the quality of the paper and what it's doing, making impacts not just within the community, but internationally and all over the country. Mind you, I think that Birmingham seems to be the capital city of the UK right now.
Yeah.
Am I saying the right things, guys?
He's loving it.
We're going to have the Phoenix newspaper distributed everywhere in the Birmingham Council. Just to let you know that this year, as you know, the Phoenix will be celebrating its 5th anniversary with a whole day celebration, including the Business Expo and the Market Expo, and there's going to be a gala dinner awards presentation on the 5th of December. And this is going to be at the Bethel Convention Centre. at Kelvin Way, West Bromwich. The theme for the day of this event will be celebrating its rich culture of the Commonwealth, connecting communities and community cohesion, including health, well-being, community safety, communication and education, and travel and tourism. So this expo is just going to be amazing, connecting everybody together, and it's a free event, so everybody is welcome to come along. During the day, it's going to be starting at 9 a.m. after a ribbon cutting led by the leader of the Sandwell City Council, Darren Cooper. There will be an expo, Phoenix Expo 215, as I already said. It's free and it's a business exhibition, and we're trying to tell all your friends and family. It's online. You saw all what the papers have in there of everything that's going to be taking place, and then there's an event that's taking place in the evenings. Now in the evening, it's going to be phenomenal. Do you want to just say one or two things about the evening of this expo?
Well,
Or the evening dinner?
Can I just say, just before you get into the evening,
Yes.
we have to mention a very exclusive thing that will be happening during the day, and that's the first Jamaica Grand Market. Right? It's an exclusive event,
Right.
and the whole purpose of having it is so that we can engage the community.
Yes.
So Reach One, Teach One is an organisation that we have partnered with,
Yes.
who houses a great deal of young people who will be getting involved in, contacting the community and getting them involved. And so that funds that they raise can go back into the community and go back to these children to purchase computers, desks, and all the stuff that they would need to move them forward positively. So we're proud to be a part of that. And that the gentleman behind that is Mr. Hector Shakes. This is a very important part of the event, because it's very important we realise that we have to put back into the community. And sometimes when we put on these kind of events, we ignore the children and the young people who are struggling out there. And so therefore, I've given up that part of the event to this organisation,
Right.
so that they can actually fund themselves. So I think a very big round of applause to Hector Shakes for all the children that he supports, and 10 of them is his own.
okay, and then we go on to the evening.
Right.
The evening festivities begin with the prestigious black tie gala event. And many of you, we like to eat, don't we? A good 4-course dinner is obviously going to be part of it. It's followed by the 5th anniversary awards presentation. We also have key guest speakers. Again, Dr. Erica Murray will be one of the speakers there. Yes, she also will be one of them. We have a number of other speakers that will be there as well. Many of you would know Karen Bailey Wright is one of them. Jack Dromey is another. Dr. Vendress, founder of the Vendress Wellness Center in Jamaica. Keith Stokes-Smith, chairman of the Birmingham Commonwealth Association. So we've got a pretty good list. Gary, you're speaking as well. Johnson John Rose, communication specialist from the Caribbean Tourism Organization. I think, as you know, the theme around Commonwealth and cohesion, then you can see the speakers are following in that vein. So very much so. And I think one of the key things that we look at is when you do an event like this, you look at what you can also, the added value to organization like the charitable organization. And I think this is where Phoenix has been, done a very good thing here. They've chosen the Acorns Children's Hospice and the African Caribbean Leukemia Trust. So those are the two organizations that will benefit from the whole awards evening. And I think that really is an excellent thing, Marcia, and we thank you for that, very much so.
And I'd just like to add that you probably all are aware of, because you read the paper yourselves, is that it's so important to have a paper that has positive news in.
Yes.
And also role models, and people that you can identify with. And these are some of the key things over the years that the Phoenix has been pushing in front of our faces. So from whatever age, whatever background you come from, you can identify. And I think the age and the world that we live in now, we need positive news. And there is a lot of positive things that are happening. We've got a lot of things to shout about. And I think this is one of the things that the Phoenix is doing. Pushing good news, pushing positive news, business, education, religion, bringing everything together in cohesion, and I think that makes people feel good. So after reading the paper, we want you to feel good. And also at the event, as Camille was saying, there's going to be some awards being given out, because there's some nominees, and people that we need to celebrate people while they're alive. I don't know why we celebrate people when they're dead.
Yes.
We give people flowers when they're dead.
Ginormous funerals.
Enormous funerals when people are dead. But while people are alive and are doing amazing things into the community, we want to celebrate you, and we want to let you know that you are appreciated. And I think we need to give another applause to the whole team of Phoenix. Without any further ado, I think the Deputy Lieutenant may want to say a few words.
Let's get the
Royal
Highness first.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll ask. His Royal Highness? No, we'll ask His Royal Highness first to say a few words, and maybe if you. Yeah?
Do you mind standing up, please?
Yeah.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Honourable Ohini Nana Ajimai Amla, the Odinihini of Akwada, Nsota, Ashanti in Ghana. He was inaugurated to the throne as king to the people in Ghana, West Africa in I'm his linguist, so I'm talking on his behalf. So I will talk in his voice, although obviously it's not his. I was inaugurated to the throne as king to my people in Ghana, West Africa, in 1997. This was ordained and commissioned by the elders and ancestors of the bloodline who had passed before me. I have taken up the mantle of many who have gone before me to be Owusa Ogun, which is the leader and the path clearer of Ogun. He's here now for the month of October, as you know, to be Black History Month, to partake in various festivals and various functions that are happening, but primarily for the Phoenix newspaper. To give his support and respect to the publication and the person of great magnitude. On behalf of my people in the Nsutu Ashanti region of Ghana, I bring a message of hope, prosperity and connection. This is one of the reasons why the Phoenix newspaper is of great interest to the Ghanaian reader. We are able to establish and understand the different cultures of people living in the United Kingdom through the unbiased information and positive stories provided by the Phoenix newspaper. We know all too often of the negative news that is portrayed throughout the media, throughout television, national newspapers, radio, and online platforms. This leaves you totally disengaged with your neighbour and the family unit as a whole. For me, the king, this is a grave disadvantage, as I believe that family values must be at the forefront of any constitution. In building relationships in the world affairs, it is very important that we have an establishment that speaks the truth. This is what I have found in the Phoenix newspaper, the truth. And this is the reason why I have made this journey to give my support to something that is unique in this country, and indeed the world, as I have never seen another publication of this type in all my travels. May I take this opportunity to wish the owner, Marcia, of the Phoenix newspaper every success, and may Ogun, Awadian Kupon, Basasia, and Anu, the Most High Creator, Mother Earth, continue to bless her in her work that she continues to do.
Thank you.
Should they come here?
Oh yes,
Yes, you
please.
can come here.
Marcel Kochari.
Oh, there's fine.
Maha, which means good afternoon. Atisen, which means how are you? I'm His Royal Highness Oheni Nana Ajiman Yamiche Amla the First of Kwachidida and Suta Ashanti. Edurna means fire. I'm a king of a clan in Ashanti Kingdom, one of the Akan clans, which is Edurna, which means fire. I'm a king of a family of people. Also, I am High Chief Awishe Ogu of Ile-Ife, Osun State, Nigeria, which Awishe means the commanding voice of the spirit of the god of iron. I am one of the emperor's chiefs in Nigeria. And I'm also the Bobagunwa of Aboriginal Bonny, which is more than 4,500 years of tracing back to what it is. So Bobagunwa means he who sits and dines with kings. I've known Marcia for a very long time, and I'm so happy that I've flown all the way on this busy schedule just to sit with her once more. May our life belong. To talk a bit of English, make it here. You know, may your life belong, and may you have all the happiness and success. And may the newspaper can also ascend into Africa and come and see the festivals and even the coronation of the new Oni of Ile-Ife that will about to take place soon. And the great stool in Ashanti, come and see and make our children who is in this side of the world can have a good things to themselves, that we are people that had something, that we can go back to move forward. So this is the purpose. I was born in Jamaica, brought up in Jamaica, school, grown in Jamaica, but the spirit of destiny brought me to England, and from England back to Africa, which was a triangle that took us away from Africa in the first place. So we come back now to uplift the children, because we see our children dying in the neighborhoods, and then poverty, everything taking us over. But we are great people. And once we can remember who we are, we can go forward, just like the spirit of all my brothers and sisters who is in here, are trying to uplift each and every one of us. So thank you very much for welcoming me.
His Royal Highness from Ghana, founder and CEO of great Phoenix newspaper Marcia, distinguished guest, and all the hard-working team of Phoenix newspaper, good afternoon. I feel very humbled, honored, and privileged to be here to represent Her Majesty the Queen. Today we are celebrating the success and the 5th anniversary of Phoenix newspaper. This is the newspaper which I highly value. It's one of the most popular and well-read papers in Great Britain because it's very accessible in all the schools, colleges, universities, airports, supermarkets, and many other organizations of business. So it's so much accessible, as well as because it's free, everybody can read it. Nobody has to spend a penny if they don't want to, but they get all the news on the hard copy as well as on the internet. So it's all due to my dear friend Marcia's hard work and her hard-working team. This newspaper is a very loved paper, a community paper. It shows community cohesion, interfaith, and it promotes young generations doing all the projects in schools, and it highlights all the latest recent news like smoking in the car and other projects going on, so that children and the communities get aware what's happening locally, nationally, and internationally. And Marcia here, she's an empowered woman to empower and aspired woman to inspire. She still inspires me. I'm very humble to say, when I received my OBE, I didn't know Marcia then. She gave me full page, front page coverage, and the title, and the title, as far as I remember, it says Local Leader Honored by Her Majesty the Queen, with a big picture of mine, which I was surprised. She highlights women and empower other women because her captions are so good, so motivating. You would like to read the news, what it's all about. It's the caption, it attracts, it touches your heart, and it motivates you, which makes you think that you would like to read the whole news and not just look at the pictures and the headings. And there are so many other fields she's covering, from faith, education, fashion, food, drink, business, tourism. This is such a long list which I can't remember all that, but she covers every aspect of life which affects us, and she inspires us, and it's very informative. The paper informs all of us what is happening in locally, nationally, and internationally, which affects us all. I wish Phoenix newspaper a great success. It's one of the most loved national papers that we have got. It has certainly touched my heart. I read it regularly, and it inspires me, and it empowers especially the women, and tells them and motivates them to take part in all the spheres of life. Doesn't matter how hard they are, because there is a very thin line between when I say, can I, or I can. But Marcia tells us to say, I can. Thank
We we could just ask Gary Peel from Birmingham City Council just to say a few words, just in a couple of minutes.
It will be very short.
Thanks.
Your Royal Highness, forgive me if I don't make an attempt to pronounce your full title. I wouldn't disrespect you, so I will just start by saying Your Royal Highness. Guests, distinguished guests, Marcia and the team, thank you very much for inviting me here today. There is no doubt that the newspaper has a tremendous impact in the community and is very well respected. Just to echo the comments made by the Deputy Lord Lieutenant, she said it all, she stole my thunder, and that's because it's true. So many people have really true, strong feelings about the paper and the charity work they do. So on behalf of Birmingham City Council, we wish you every success on the 5th anniversary day. Happy to be here today to represent the council, a small person in a very big organisation. Happy to be associated with the newspaper, and thank you very much, and hope the rest of the day goes really well, Your Highness.
And if we could just ask Dr. Duggal, is the Managing Director of Crowns Way Insurance Brokers Limited. Are you here, sir?
Here she is.
Just say a few words. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, Your Highness, and everybody who is present here. I'm welcoming Marcia, who inspired me, such a wonderful lady who has brought this culture together and letting us know who we are and what we are doing. The things she has done is excellent for everybody and all the community that has brought everybody intact. Thank you very much. Keep up the hard work.
I'm sure there's other distinguished guests and friends of the Phoenix who'd love to say something, but because of time, so sorry, we're on a schedule, a tight schedule. If we could just ask Hector Shakes from Reach One, Teach One, just to say a few words.
Hello everybody. Marcia, lots of love coming from me to Marcia. I've just met her about a few weeks now. Seems like about a few years, and we have a lot of work to do. I hope it lasts for many, many more. It inspired me a lot so far, and imagine what we have to do. And the Grand Market Day, we're going to bring out a bit of Jamaica, not a bit, a lot of Jamaica. And we have a thing in Jamaica, we say country come to town. We're going to bring all you beautiful people come to Jamaica.
Wow.
Thanks a lot.
And it's truly amazing. Obviously, what we're hearing today, the 5th of December, is going to be truly an amazing event.
Yeah.
So, please go online, read the paper, and don't forget that we're making nominees or nominations. Is going to be on businesses, people that are in business, people that serve the community. So you're all going to have the opportunity to vote. So if you do log on the W Phoenix website, you'll see that you can vote for the person that you want to nominate. So please don't forget to do that. Also, without no ado, I want to call a very distinguished person who flew all the way in from America today to show her support to Marcia or to the Phoenix newspaper. She's a tremendous lady. She's a business trailblazer. And as I say, with no further ado, let's welcome Dr. Erica Murray, who's going to share something.
Your Highness and other distinguished guests. Let me say this, my ear is still popped, so if I'm talking loud, I'm not tone deaf, it's just that I can't quite hear myself. But I am very happy to be here, and I did fly in this morning, and I'll be leaving on tomorrow morning. It's just a quick turnaround. But this is so significant, and I'm not sure if we can wrap our minds around how significant it is. As a business owner and a serial entrepreneur, businesses typically fail in the first, third, fifth, seventh, or 10th year. People just give up. And for us to be at this point in 5 years, I'm kind of going to take you guys on a small journey this morning. It will be really quick, but I think that it's quite empowering, and I think that we need to connect with that, okay? So, we hear the term and the phrase and the quote, be the change you want to see in the world. That's what Mahatma Gandhi said. Most people have heard the quote time and time again, and to no avail. Unfortunately, there has been no change. So I decided to take my feeble mind on a prolific journey with a great and daring philosopher and thinker. I remember spending countless hours mulling over this Gandhi quote, saying to myself, there has got to be more than this which is on the surface. Oftentimes we tend to hear and dismiss things, or we hear and we follow in our mental Rolodex, or sometimes we just simply hear it. I thought about this quote, and I thought about it, and I thought about it some more, and finally the doors of my mind were unlocked, and I was like, that's it. A man of Gandhi's caliber, character, and wisdom obviously was sending a message to the world, at least to those of us who dare to hear, respond, and heed the call. I believe the quote to be prophetic, futuristic, and simply out of this world. The very first thing I garnered from this innovative quote is that change can happen. Not only can change happen, but world change can happen. If world change were impossible, I think perhaps he would have written a quote saying, be the change you want to see in your family, or be the change you want to see in your home, or be the change you want to see in your neighborhood, or your city, or your country. But he challenged each of us to a greater dimension. He commanded us to be the change we want to see in the world. He sent us a directed message that world change is possible, but only if we participate. Oftentimes we have a tendency to view change as a negative. There's really nothing negative about change. If we were to say something was negative, the negative aspect of change is resistance to change, because change is going to happen with or without us. Well, Marcia McLaughlin clearly knew the change that she wanted to see. Because today each of us have gathered here to receive this, we've all received this exclusive invitation and called to participate in and witness another occurrence of change. We have the opportunity to not only witness and participate, but we have an opportunity to reverence the change. So as we're gathered, we all should take a moment to embrace this unique opportunity to celebrate and to celebrate with a change agent, a global activator, a world agitator, an agile mind, and simply an authentic person. On this day, I decree that Ms. Marcia McLaughlin heard the call of Mahatma Gandhi. I believe that she perhaps somewhere on her personal journey within the media industry spent a moment considering the call of world change propositioned by Gandhi, and I'm confident that she answered boldly saying, yes, Gandhi, I will take on your challenge. I must believe that this thought was followed immediately by fear and doubt about whether or not she could fulfill the arduous task, or she would not be human. And as Gandhi's words moved her, the following thought thereafter must have been, it won't be easy, but I'm all in. Now, as a global entrepreneur, I would be remiss if I consider all of these wonderful accolades without considering the struggle. More specifically, as a female entrepreneur, I can attest to what she would be up against. Not having a specific conversation in depth with her about her struggles to this point, let us take a moment and allow our minds to explore my creativity about what the struggle may have looked like. So think about this. A woman whose parents migrated to England from the Caribbean island of Jamaica. I'm going to assume that they were not an affluent family. She decides, well, no, that's not an accurate statement. She has the guts to not only take on, but to penetrate a male-dominated industry. She just took it a step further. She infiltrated the media industry with a printed colored publication. To be audacious enough to toy around with the big boys with big bankrolls. How dare you, Marcia?
Indeed.
What confidence she must have. And that confidence coupled with tenacity, determination, and exuberance, has cultivated, it catapulted her to over, 3 million subscribers and readers online, and in excess, 5. I stand corrected. And in excess of more than 50,000 monthly printed publications, and a database of prominent business partners across the globe, in which many are present here today. Who else could have done this? Perhaps many, but many did not accept the call. Marcia McLaughlin answered Gandhi. With hard work, structure, and discipline, she built a pure community of advertisers, consumers, and readers from all ethnic backgrounds with a global presence. This is definitely not for the faint at heart. But the founder of the Phoenix newspaper did just that. Perhaps faced with days that have brought tears that transformed to triumph. To days where cash flow was choked while lenders closed their doors. And of course, days that were overwhelming, but the paper still met the publishing deadline. I must believe that Marcia McLaughlin knows intimately what it means to struggle to become that change in the world. Gandhi never said it would be easy. He simply said, be the change you want to see in the world. Well, I am here to publicly declare my support for a trailblazer, a world agitator, and a game changer, because I too am a change agent. I too heard the call of Mahatma Gandhi and answered, reluctantly, but I answered. Although we may be far and few in between, we must not only hear the call of Gandhi, we must be continuously active in bringing world change to pass. We must be focused like lasers to bring this change, and most of all, we should encourage others to be this change. Unbeknownst to many, it is our corporate, social responsibility to impart legacy into the generations to follow. We must be the change we want to see in the world. The world is waiting on people like Marcia McLaughlin to arrive. Would that be any of you? Thank you, Marcia McLaughlin, for inviting me to fly thousands of miles with the Phoenix to lend my voice, my support, the support of each of my global enterprises to celebrate your accomplishments. I support you because of your authenticity. I support you because of your courage. I support you because of your dedication. And I salute you for heeding the call of Gandhi. You are indeed an A-lister in your own right. And I look forward to celebrating both you and the Phoenix newspaper further at the gala on December the 5th, 2015. Keep moving towards greater heights, Marcia. Just as your paper has proven to be a valid and credible source of news, you continue to be an activator. That is, to be active in creating change by reporting truths. Now, listen to me clearly. Everybody won't like it, or you, for that matter. But you just keep moving. Continue to be the agitator. You keep shaking things up, because nothing can stay the same. So you boldly expose things that are unethical. You keep feeding your agile mind with strong thoughts, believing that you can leap over challenges and obstacles. And when the road gets tough, and Marcia, it will. Friends will be scarce, but don't you worry. An oxygen mask will drop from the sky. Listen to me closely, because this is vitally important. Remember to put the mask on yourself first. Breathe normally, and although you don't see oxygen inflating the bag, it's there. You just keep being authentic. For business, turbulence is a real element. And in spite of that, simply keep it real, because change agents are transparent. I leave you with my mantra that you may keep in your inspirational Rolodex. I often say forward progression and upward mobility. If what you're doing in life isn't moving you forward and up, you should reevaluate what it is that you're doing. So I would ask everyone to please stand up and celebrate with me Ms. Marcia McNeil.
That was excellent.
Yes, I
I think that was excellent. Now we know why they call the doctor a trailblazer.
Yes.
And you know, it's amazing. I mean, I'm a friend of Marcia and PK. We're a media agency. You know, we've worked together for years and years. And I just think it's so important that, you know, it's time now that we come together and support one another. And just look at it. You flew all the way from America
For one day.
You know, to share something with us as our guest speaker. And truly that was very inspirational.
Fantastic.
And I'm sure there's a lot of trailblazers here today. You know, you've all got your own testimonials. You're all very accomplished people here today. And you took time out of your busy schedule, you know, to come down here and to support this 5-year celebration of the Phoenix newspaper, and to let Marcia and the team know that we're behind you. And how do you get behind somebody? How do you get behind somebody? Is that you support them by advertising. Burnham Council goes back, echoes what he has experienced here. Business, entrepreneurs, you go back, echo what you've heard today. And the expo that's on the 5th of December, you have a chance to exhibit your business and tell your friends about the free expo that you can come along to. And after that, we have this big celebration with the gala dinner, where we're all going to dress up and have a good old party. So there's a lot of things that we can go back and put these notes in our diaries. And just before we come to a close, we have a music.
Before we do that, I wonder if Marcia might want to say
Thank you, because I've been saying that Marcia needs to speak.
Yes.
I think, you know,
just a few words.
Please, let's a round of applause for the CEO of
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. His Royal Highness, I'm not going to try and pronounce your title because I don't want to disrespect your position, but it's I'm very grateful and privileged to have you here with us. I'd like to thank all the other distinguished guests, Satinda and her joined at the hip husband. They are fantastic people. Dr. Dougal, and also Charles Small from the drums, who is right there in front of me. Gary Peel. This is very important that I recognise some of the people, although I can't remember everyone's name, who has joined. Stead Wallen. And I also want to remember people like Andrew Green, who has come up from London, and he runs another publication called Black Links UK. I'm not going to go on about it too much. Andrew is there. Kamara, my team, Daniel Riley, my son, Mark Dwayne, who has inspired me to do what it is that I'm doing. Because without him, I don't get up. And so I get up because he's young, and I want to make sure that for him and all the other young men in particular, realize that the women are behind them. And we're here to make a road for them. I want to recognize a very special person, Mr., or should I say Pastor Clint Dunkley, otherwise known as Beaver, who has supported us for many, many years. Could you stand up, please, sir? It's very important that I recognize people who has been behind us, supporting us in every single way possible. Chantal Gillespie, who's a member of the team and writes the beauty column within the publication. I have to congratulate them. Awal Dard, who's our political correspondent. Stephen has been with me for 25 years. He's walked the streets of Birmingham. Everyone knows Stephen. He's Mr. Community. Sorry, I've got a cold. I'm always sick. I'm overworked. But not to worry. You still got to go on, because that's what it takes. You have to get up. And when you fall down, you're not dead, you must get up again. That's the way that my mother's taught me. That's the way I've taught my son. And that's what I do, or did, when I launched the Phoenix 5 years ago, at 50 years old. I told everyone that it's never over until it's over. A lot of things in life, people say, are free. And the good things in life are free. Well, Phoenix is one of those good things in life that is free. It comes to you free of charge because I love it. The passion of it keeps me going. The smiles on the people's faces when I put it out. The appreciation from the young people and all people of colour, you know, that connects with us. I don't serve one community, I serve the community. Because it's important that we realise that we're all important. And when we live in a surrounding where we're all connecting together, we all should show respect and love. And most importantly, as Bai Saib has always taught me, humility. Humility is very important. And that's why some of the times you'll see my photograph in the newspaper. It isn't because I'm a big head. It's because I want to show the community that I'm there for them. I will come to whatever event that they invite me to. And I want them to share in the experience that I've had. And that's what it's all about. You have to put your money where your mouth is. Walk the walk and talk the talk. That's what I put out there. I want to bring my son Mark Dwayne in front of you because he is one of the reasons. He's my only child, and he's the reason why I do what I do. Because I have to get up to show him that he must get up and move forward. And he has done. He owns a magazine called Street Cred. He has run it since he was 17. He's now 37. So you can, if you really, really want to. And I keep going even with diabetes, high blood pressure, and everything that you can possibly imagine. But I get up in the morning because when you see a smile on someone's face, when you write about them in the publication, that is a blessing. Before I leave, I'm wrong in the fact that I did not say thank you to the most important person in my life, and that is God. I have to say thank you to the Almighty God for giving me the opportunity to do the work that I do for you people. It's a pleasure. Thank you very much for coming. I just want to say that Senwal is in the room. He's a cricketer. And it's lovely to celebrate all the things that people do. What's it for showcase? Boom TV, you know, it's fantastic. You know, Willard Wigan, who is a fantastic, I mean, you must have heard of Willard Wigan, who does the, you know, statues out of rice grain. No. And I think he's probably got Tell me more.
I'll just explain a little bit. Rice grain. Right. If I said to you, I took...
Come to the front and the cameras can see.
I'll just
You've got 1 minute.
Okay, 1 minute. Just 1 little minute. I'll introduce myself. I'm the creator of the smallest sculptures in history. The smallest sculpture I've ever done is smaller than a human blood cell, which fits inside a human hair. It's a motorbike. It's called the Golden Journey. Wow. My mother told me when I was very young, the smaller my work, the bigger my name would become. It all happened. My brother killed an ant once, and I felt very upset, so I made a coffin for this ant. And I put the ant inside it. Then the dog dug up the hole and all these ants came out. Just this ant nest, and all the ants came out. I thought they were homeless, started making houses for ants. My mother said to me, not only should you make them houses, but you should make them furniture. So I went on this journey to go on this molecular journey, and now, years passed on, and now the greatest microbiologist ever lived. Scientists, professors, biologists, surgeons have even asked me to have a go at surgery under supervision because they can't explain what I do. Guinness World Record. The smallest one I've done, like I said, is less than a blood cell. So rice grain's a little bit too big. And I will be putting on an exhibition for my people to see, because a lot of you've probably heard or read or seen my stuff in the paper on TV, but you need to see it for real. So my work is the smallest, biggest thing you'll ever see.
I just want to say as well,
Thank you, Marcy.
thanks for my mum being a true inspiration in my life. She's been through a lot with me, and she's made me see a miracle many times. If you never believe where my mum's coming from, you know what I mean? She's a real humble person. She's come all the way from Jamaica, and she's just taken on the world. And I just really thank her for being my one main inspiration, believing that anything's possible through this woman. So please make a round of applause for her.
Thank you very much for coming. Right, there is someone else that she's very dear to my heart, and I've seen her go through so many different things. She's a fighter, and she inspires me as well, and that's Sarah Jane from Thank You Jane. She doesn't want to speak because she's not prepared, but I just wanted to recognize her because this is a woman. She'll be at the 5th anniversary because we're highlighting Patty Love, because that's what she delivers to our community. I can honestly say that she does the best patties that I've ever tasted. And Phoenix is behind her 100%. Okay, so if you haven't tasted a Thank You Jane patty, there she is. Fantastic. Thank you all very much. Another person that I've known from I was probably 19 years old, and she's always been there for me, and still today, and that's Camille Adijon. I just want to thank you very much, Camille. For just being a friend. You're a genuine person. We've cooked together, we've loved together, we've slept in the same bed. Well. And of course, I've got to say a very big thank you to Paul of PK Media. I've met Paul. He took me on a journey of international and national success. Because when he met me in Handsworth Park, and I told him how God had changed my life, he believed in me, and we distributed the paper and facilitated the paper in London. And he's here today, driven up from London, just to support me. It means a great deal to me. Thank you all very much. Gary Peel, I call him the adopted Jamaican, because he's just everywhere. If I've forgotten anyone, Beres, I'm really sorry. Beresford Dawkins, who has been, well, he's been around a very long time. And it's lovely because to get everyone in the same room, Marcia Spence, right, who is, right, and I salute you in the work that you do for women. Thank you very much. And also, I'm looking forward to working with Hector Shakes. You know, I'm looking forward to it. The most, I suppose, I feel so honored, really, to have Erica, who's flown all the way from America, and she made me cry. She did, because I didn't realize that people outside of the UK would read the paper and feel that much connected to it. And I was blown away by her speech. I didn't know that that's how people saw it. Satinda, again, you know, the words that they say, it just makes me realise that what I'm doing is well worth it.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Just before,
Okay.
before we close,
Yes.
we're going to have some canopies and some networking, but we're just going to have Daniel Riley, who's just got a small rendition for us to hear.
Apologies, my strap's gone.
Okay, you're right. Oh, do you want to? Wait, are you all right?
Yeah, fine. The strap's gone.
Oh, you dropped.
When your legs don't work like they used to before, and I can't sweep you off of your feet, will your mouth still remember the taste of my love? And will your eyes still smile from your cheeks? 'Cause darling, I will be loving you till we're 70. Maybe my heart will still fall as hard at 23. And I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. And maybe it's a touch of a hand. Well, me, I fall in love with you every single day. And I just wanna tell you I am. So honey, now take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Oh darling, place your head on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud, maybe we found love right where we are. Yeah. Memory fades. Yeah. And the crowds don't remember my name. When my hands don't play the strings the same way, I know you will still love me the same. 'Cause honey, your soul will never grow old, it's evergreen. And baby, your smile is forever in my mind and memory. 'Cause I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. And maybe it's all part of a plan. Well, I'll continue making the same mistake, hoping that you'll understand. But baby, now,
Yeah.
take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Oh darling, place your head on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud that maybe we found love right where we are. Saying we found love right where we are. And we found love right where we are.
you know, the Ashanti region. Nohoheni Nana Ajiman the first. It's very important that I know how to pronounce his title, even if it's not to the full. It's all about respect. I thank you, sir, for making this journey to see us. And I thank you for the words that you have said through your leaders about the publication. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And may the Almighty continue to bless you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Marcia, congratulations. We're right at the end of the celebrating 5 years of Phoenix's birthday, but also critically the launch. We're coming to the end of the launch of the Expo and your awards dinner. What a fantastic array of guests you've had today. You must be absolutely still pinching yourself that this has really happened.
Absolutely. Raj, it's been a pleasure, and I'm really humbled by the speeches and all the people that have come from as far as Ghana and America and London to see me. And it's been really inspirational, the stuff that they've said about the newspaper.
You talking to my staff earlier on that did you cry? What was that emotional speech? I missed that, so please tell me what was that brought people to tears?
Well, I think the whole ambience of the thing, you know, everyone spoke about how they felt, you know, what they got from the newspaper and how it touched their lives and what it meant to them to have a newspaper that breaks down barriers where there should be none, gives a non-biased approach to all communities and cultures. And it's something that I have been passionate about for 25 years, you know, whilst being at the Trinity Mirror, you know, so I'm very pleased.
Many people touched on the fact that behind all the happiness and the smiles, they can only begin to understand what's going on behind the scenes, the stresses, the strains, and you're looking extremely well for all that.
Well, I'm surprised I'm looking well. I'm suffering from high blood pressure, diabetes. No, I'm joking. No, yes, it isn't easy when you're trying to change the perception of how people see you. And it's enjoyable. And I love doing it because when someone smiles, you know, when you write an article about them, and when they're surprised by the impact that they have when they're featured in there, that for me is everything.
And again, it was right across the board, people saying that there's not many people telling not only good news stories, but genuine stories, and the commonalities of the beautiful different cultures and creeds of people that call themselves English, call themselves British, call themselves whatever they are internationally. But you know, that is what the Phoenix epitomizes, all that, and that's great tantamount to what you set out to do. And you've also, as Camille said earlier on, you've taken it to a new level by taking on an expo, let alone an award.
To be honest with you, I haven't got a clue what happened. I had no intentions of doing an expo I should say, or even an awards dinner. But it came to the 5th year of doing the newspaper, and I thought, how would I celebrate? How a lot of people say I should do 3 days. But, you know, for me, it's a testament to God, first and foremost, for the support that He's given me over the years, because it hasn't been easy when you're dealing with...
Quite the opposite at times, as only I can testify, many people can, but people never show that side, or people don't understand that side, or even see that side.
They don't. And, you know, it doesn't really matter. The fact of the matter is, when you can celebrate 5 years of a newspaper that people probably thought in the very beginning was never going to last, it's fantastic. It really is. And I'm just humbled by the comments and the support that I've had today.
And Martha, on that note, by the time people watch this, we'll be live on Freeview, let alone in all over Asia, Middle East. Tell the audience of what they've got to look forward to at the Expo as well as the Phoenix Awards.
Right. Well, the Phoenix has never had a launch because I was always frightened to launch them.
This is your newspaper?
Yes. And I waited for 5 years. I waited...
This fantastic newspaper.
Yes, this fantastic newspaper. Yes, because you know, I know sometimes people say that they wait on God. I did wait on God because He showed me that it was time to launch the newspaper and to celebrate the beautiful cultures that we have within the UK that make up the Commonwealth, because there's a fantastic array of people. I applaud the Asian community, I applaud the African and Caribbean community, because together within this country we've brought so much richness, you know, from our cultures and family values. It's fantastic. And it's good to know that we now have a newspaper that cuts across cultures and gives a non-biased, you know, opinion on people of colour. It's fantastic.
Well, and also epitomises the true diversity of the nation, of the region, and also of what cutting edge it is to show people internationally of what we are like here, because otherwise these stories don't get out.
Exactly. And so on the 5th of December, we're going to bring about a unique compilation of events, starting with the Business Expo, where businesses can exhibit what it is that they do. You know, we're celebrating travel and tourism, we're celebrating health and well-being, we're celebrating community cohesion, you know, and we're also going to celebrate with a large gala dinner, you know, for all our dignitaries, and also to recognize the ordinary people out there who do some amazing things but never ever get recognized for it. And this is what the Phoenix is about. It's about connecting communities, bringing them together and having a wonderful time.
It sounds absolutely fantastic. What better way to bring in the run up to the festival of Christmas, let alone everything else that's going on, and for you to not only have come up with the concept, but to able to bring it to fruition is absolutely fantastic. And Marcia, as part of that, the Shanti King of Ghana, how did such an eminent, auspicious, wonderful, humble human being, did you manage to get him to come here to Birmingham?
Well, that's just
today.
Yeah, that's just it. The thing is, right, the paper is read worldwide, and sometimes you're not even realizing who's reading the paper.
And he reads it avidly and regularly and looks forward to it amongst many people.
Amazing, amazing. He, for me, giving up his time to come was unbelievable. And I thank the Ghanaian community for reading the paper online, because when you put it online, you're not imagining how many different countries are actually reading it, you know. And now that we've hit 5 million views, over the moon. And then you've got Erica, you know.
All the way from the great USA, the Big Smoke.
All the way from America. And
leaving again tomorrow morning, just coming to support you.
Yeah, she just flew in just to support me. That is very, very humbling. And I'm very grateful. Now, who can do that apart from God? Who can do that? You know?
And His Royal Highness, the Shanti King, also said it's the spirituality that makes all this happen. It's through our Creator.
Really, it really is. And so I humble myself. And I always say to people, I love them, because I genuinely do. And I'm glad now that people are beginning to understand what it is that I've been trying to say to them for the last 5 years. You know, thank you very much.
Marcia, we're here to support you, and it's great to be at your launch event, but as you know, we'll be every step of the way, not only to the awards and to the expo, but beyond as well in partnership. Congratulations on what I know is just the tip of the iceberg, but it's great to be part of the journey. Thank you very much, Marcia. Take care. Thank you. Mark, today is a fantastic day for Phoenix newspaper and the wider group that you are. Tell us exactly what's going on today.
We're celebrating 5 years of the Phoenix newspaper, Birmingham's paper that speaks the truth, connects communities, all communities. It's really important that I highlight that we're connecting communities. It actually cares about what's going on. It's not just a paper put together. We actually highlight the good news, good things that people are doing on a mass scale. And I'm really proud to be a part of this moment today.
You have, as part of your 5 years celebration, you have some fantastic, amazing guests today as part of the launch. Tell us who and what they are and where they come from.
We had a global business consultant by the name of Miss Erica Murray, who's flown in from America to speak and show love for the newspaper. She's fantastic. We've got Gary Peel from Birmingham City Council. We've also had the King Ashanti here of Ghana. He's created.
That's amazing to be able to attract them and get them here for the launch.
For one day as well, but it just shows that we're all feeling the purpose of the publication, and it's been an easy process of getting them here for some reason. Usually, I do a lot of events, but this one it seemed to have touched their heart. They had to be here.
Do you reckon they bought in because of the genuineness of the whole thing, that of connecting communities? And genuine bringing people together rather than on a tokenistic basis.
Yeah, it's definitely genuine. It's they understand the concept of the paper. They feel the spirit of the owner, Marcia McLaughlin, God bless her, who runs the newspaper. And I just feel that it's finally we have a publication that really connects us all, and we understand completely.
Well, I know there's a lot of people that we're going to get to talk about the launch today, so I'll leave you to it. But also, it'd be great to follow your story of this all the way to the actual event itself. I look forward to that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Gary, thank you for coming on Boom TV. Today is the launch of Phoenix's 5-year birthday anniversary celebrations. And tell us why you, from the City Council, are here especially.
Well, the paper has supported the council's events programme for a number of years, and I first got connected with the paper back in 2012 when we hosted the Jamaican track and field team and the paper
for
the Olympics, a pre-training camp before they went down to the Olympics. So there was a lot of media hype around and a lot of community engagement, and the paper were very instrumental in helping us get the right message across, but also giving them the opportunity to actually get to see the athletes and interview them, because as you can imagine there's quite a wall of security for one.
And rightly so.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, fundamentally they were here to get mentally ready for the Olympics and physically, and we guaranteed we would give them the perfect training camp environment, and that was complete exclusivity, so there was no interruptions, and we gave
safety as well.
And safety, yeah.
On that note, it was a great coup by City Council to be hosting Jamaica.
It was the highlight of my career, I have to say. Looking after the whole of the team was a fantastic opportunity, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. But don't forget, the city also hosted the American track and field team, so that was a double coup for our events team within the city. No one else
had those two as good as that's as good as it gets.
It's out of all the sports, out of all the countries, the Jamaican track and field team and the American track and field team were the teams to go after, and we were successful in both of them. Yeah.
Not only with the Olympic legacy, but Phoenix full stop. Here they are launching their 5-year anniversary celebrations. How important is it that you have a feel-good newspaper that not only just tells it as it is, but critically it tells good stories, and more importantly, it shows the fantastic representation of what Birmingham and the Midlands are.
It does. The paper's got a real community feel-good factor. It's a global paper, but with a local heart, and that's what I think is the success of the Phoenix. It embraces local issues and local communities, but it's got an international draw, and that's all credit to Marcia and the team. It's a fantastic paper, and the City Council are happy to support it.
And do you reckon that is the reason why it stood the test of time? I mean, many people come and go, many newspapers come and go, but as a genuine, like you said, global feel, local heart, it stood the test of time.
It has, and that's down to Marcia. Marcia is that driving force. I can guarantee whichever event I go to, Marcia and the paper are there, and they cover all community events, and that's just a great commitment to local communities within Birmingham.
And critically, from a messaging point of view, Gary, it's very important that the council that gets pounded in many ways from central government, that people understand of the great relationships not only the council has, but also what it facilitates and what it supports.
You're absolutely right. You know, the City Council is a depleting organisation. We're shrinking all the time, and to have a communication connection through a local newspaper like the Phoenix is very important because it helps us get the message out, the right message, as opposed to
the negative press.
The negative press, which every large authority does. So that's why papers like the Phoenix are very, very important.
And the actual conference itself that's coming up, how much is the City Council, let alone your good self, looking forward to that?
It's going to be an awesome day. There's a lot of time and preparation and energy goes into organising an awards dinner, let alone the exhibition on top of it. And I've helped organise quite a few in my time, so I do know all the months of preparation that goes in. It's going to be a fantastic day, and I wish the paper every success.
Well, Gary, we're following the story of Phoenix all the way through to the awards and beyond. So it'll be great to follow you as the man from the council and your integral involvement in that. It's a pleasure to talk to you, and we look forward to talking to you in the future as well.
Thank you very much. Thank you.